Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome to my page. I so much appreciate your likes, your follow, your share. You're welcome once again to my page. And today I'll be showing you a simple recipe. I want to make vegetable soup. You can see on my screen here, we've got different items for making vegetable soup. You know, when I wanted to make this video, what came to my mind is Ireti. I don't know, most of you, if you watched Fuji House, then we saw how Ireti will make her kitchen practical food. That actually, I remembered that and I started laughing. And I said, yes, I'm going to welcome my viewers, my friends, to my kitchen practical. But this is the updated version. Yes, of course, we have different items, as you can see, for making the vegetable soup. So here we have dried fish, we have meat, tripe, shaki, bomo, stockfish, red bell pepper, habanero pepper, onions, garlic, ginger, red oil, Maggi, locust beans, salt, thyme, vegetable, and we have chicken as well, chicken wings to be precise. All of this that has been listed on your screen are the ingredients for making sumptuous vegetable soup. The one that you eat and you bite your fingers while eating. It's gonna be great. Please don't stop watching this. Make sure you watch this till the end of the video. And if you're planning to do this, you can actually make the soup on your own. Let's go there. What you see on the stove is my pot for making my soup. The first thing we have to do when making any soup, especially vegetable soup, is to cook your meat. This meat is already washed. It's properly washed. I used vinegar, salt to wash this meat to make sure it is clean. And then I am putting this meat in the pot to get it cooked. And I love my meat to be cooked. When I say cook. Also, I will be cooking the tripe, the shaki, in a separate pot because they all have different time frame of cooking. I also want it to cook on its own, to have its own juice, and that is why I have that in a separate pot. They will both cook in different time frames. I'll be adding other meat, other produce to it in order to cook. Whatever that has the same time frame will be added to the pot separately. Now you can see me adding my bomo into the pot to be cooked with the tripe. Also, I'm adding my stockfish. That is what we call okporoko. This actually gives it that nice scent. I like the scent that comes out of okporoko. If you're making a rich soup, you have to add okporoko to give it that rich man flavor. You know, that kind of scent that we are looking for. So in the second pot that has the beef, instead of cooking the meat, the chicken separately, I decided to cook it together. I added the chicken wings to the beef because they have the same timing of cooking. So you can see I also added one habanero pepper to it. In my blender, I have onions, garlic, and ginger. I'll be blending this to add to my meat. Yeah, you see the process is taken to make this nice soup. You can actually try to do this. You will like your delicacy. So now the onions is blending, and as soon as it gets blended, I'll be adding this to the pot. Just stay tuned and watch what is going on. Yes, the onions is done blending. The next thing you see here is my ingredients, my seasonings. I also have thyme. I want to add thyme to my meat because I like it. It gives it a nice, taste that I want. I'm dividing this blended puree for the two pots. I've added that to my beef and chicken and also to my tripe, the okporoko and the bomo. I'm adding my seasoning. See me using my hand to measure it. African women, we actually don't have a measuring spoon. We use our eyes to gauge it until the spirit says stop. That is what I'm doing right now. and I'm using my eyes to actually measure the quantity that should be put into the pot. Now you can see it's already looking beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. I rinsed out my blender, my jar, and poured the water into the pot. Now I close the pot and allow it to simmer. Now it's cooking. I have to stir to make sure that all the ingredients are incorporated so that they can have a nice taste. Everything gets coated. Also, I did that for the momo pot, and also I'm adding hot water. The water is boiled already, so I added some water to help it to cook. I close that pot and then I go to the second pot containing the beef and the chicken wings. Now I'm stirring, making sure I incorporate all of the ingredients together. They have to, blend and give us that rich taste we want. Yeah, I like that pepper inside because it's gonna give it the heat I also want in the meat. When you eat the meat, you have its own heat. And I did this consistently just to make sure that everything is, aligning well. I also added water because I need the juice. Not necessary for this soup because vegetable soup wouldn't need that juice. So I close this and allow it to cook. Now back to my blender. I am going to blend my puree for making the soup. In here I have added habanero pepper, onions, and red bell pepper. And I have to blend this roughly, not a smooth blend. And you can see what's going on. I'm blending it. And here we have the result. It's actually blended now. I'm ready to go. The food don't be ready, Shebi, see. Whenever I even go anywhere, don't be ready. So the puree is ready, all set to be put in the pot. Now I went back to check the meat. The meat is cooked, soft like I want it. I have to stir, and then I tasted it to make sure that everything is good. And the meat is ready. I brought the meat into the pan because it needs to be air fried. I don't know about you, but I love to air fry my meat when I want to cook soup. So you see me putting the meat in my oven. And also I needed to time this meat. I want it to air fry for 20 minutes. It's going to take 20 minutes for this meat to get ready. Back here I am chopping my vegetables. Chopping the vegetables. I'm starting off with the spinach. Then I just want to make sure they are not so tiny so that we don't lose them in the soup. Make sure you're chopping chunks of spinach, not the tiny version. Then I have other types of vegetable because I'm not just using this. This is my already washed spinach. It filled the pot. This is a collard. That is what we call collard. I also have to chop this collard. Just had to show you, my viewers, to see it so that you don't get lost in it. This is kale. Yeah, we call it kale. I don't know what you call it in your country, but here we call it kale. We add it to the soup for my vegetable soup. And here, that's the collard. You see the way I'm cutting it. For those who don't know how to cut vegetables, this is how I cut mine. It may not be perfect like the market woman, but that is how I cut my vegetable. I wash first before cutting. Yeah. Tell me how you cut yours. Do you go to the market to cut your vegetables, or you cut it in the house? I want to see you. I want to hear you say something. See your comments in the comment section. If you prefer the market woman to cut your vegetables, right here where we are, you have to go home and cut it yourself, but which is good because I have to wash out the whole sand and dust and mud. That is it. The vegetables are all chopped and ready to be cooked. We are still in preparation. Make sure you watch to the end of the video, and thank you so much for watching this far. Yeah, vegetables are ready. That is spinach again. And now I have to blanch this. I like doing this just to soften the vegetables. I don't want to cook directly and have it so strong. I put this in the hot water. Let the heat just, cook this for a while and get it out from the water immediately. I started off with the kale, and then I added collard to it because they have the same texture. That is what you see me doing. Just blanch it, just making sure that it is soft and ready to be cooked. Yeah, the collard is in the water now. It actually did not take about a minute. I took it out and then I put in the spinach. Allowed this to blanch again for 1 minute. I took it out and then I also added it in cold water just to stop the cooking process. Yeah, that is how to do it. Now we are finally ready for our vegetable soup. I want you to pay keen attention to this. If you just want to make this recipe, watch from here forward. So I am adding in palm oil to a heated pot. I wouldn't let it to bleach. Yeah, I added enough oil. That will be enough for my vegetable soup. And the moment it's hot, I'm adding in my, guess what? Locust beans, what we call iru. That local smell that we are looking for. Locust beans has its own health benefits. Go and Google it, you're gonna find it. Yeah, you see the locust beans frying. I had to stir this, making sure that everything is already, because the foundation of a soup matters. Now you see me adding in my tomato puree, red bell. I didn't add tomato, just red peppers and habanero pepper, onions. That is what we have here. As a Nigerian woman, you see the way I'm heating that jar, making sure everything gets into the pot. Not gonna spare anyone. So now I added the puree. I have to stir, and then I will have to close this and allow it to simmer for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Now I have to check in between to make sure it is cooking. I added in my stockfish, already cooked stockfish. I'm adding in my dried fish. Then I have to let this cook so that the taste can all incorporate together. And because it's my dry fish, I need it to cook as well. I don't want it to be so strong, so my kids can actually enjoy it too. So I'm adding in my shrimp. I was actually thinking, should I add it all or just reserve it? I said no, put everything together. And then I stir this. Wow, I love the color. It's already beautiful and calling, inviting. The food is not ready, but it's calling us to come eat. So the base is looking nice for our vegetable soup. Now I'm adding in my seasonings to my soup, making sure I get everything in. I'm stirring that again. I'm making sure they all incorporate. I don't want one taste to be different from another, that kind of food. Then here I have my crayfish. Beautiful. Crayfish take your soup to a different level, gives it that natural local flavor you're looking for. And then I stirred. I will let this to incorporate again by letting it cook for a minute. Now my meat is ready out from the oven. Now I went back to my soup. I'm adding in my meat. I'm not using everything because we have to choose some before you start asking me where all the meat now. I added in some into it so that it can contain the pot. It's a little bit little or small, so I put in the size for it. And this is the main dish, which is the vegetable. I'm adding in the vegetable. The first thing I added is the collard and the kale into the pot. Then I'm making sure I stir properly to coat everything in the in the soup base. Isn't it looking inviting? Tell me the truth. This is looking amazing already. Yeah. So I have this, and the next thing I added is my spinach. Remember, we blanched these vegetables just to make it soft, or to soften it. So that is what I'm adding into the pot. I'm taking my time to go through this process step by step, just for any beginner who would like to make vegetable soup. It's not difficult. Just go through this step by step. You will get this result. Yours may be better, and the outcome may be more superb. Now, guess what I was trying to do? Because my spatula cannot turn this, I was actually looking for my wooden spoon to help me turn this properly. Then I came in, I had to change that to my wooden spoon to get everything properly turned. Now you see what I'm doing. I'm turning it, making sure that all the vegetables are coated in the soup base. So that is what we need for vegetable soup. I'm inviting you all to come have a taste of this food. Man, it's delicious already. It is amazing. The house is already smelling really good. See everything looking so nice. I'm turning this to make sure that the soup comes together. Making sure that my soup is looking nice. Tell me what you think. This is amazing. Come join me to eat. The soup is almost ready. I still have to close this. I will let this simmer again for another minute. Just 1 minute, because I wouldn't want the vegetables to cook longer than it has. Yeah. Oh, I decided to add a crayfish to this for additional taste. Then I closed my pot. Allowed to simmer for a minute. And then I'm back. Let's see the result. So 1 more stir and this soup will be ready. If you want some, tell me. I will post it to you. If it doesn't go bad, definitely I will send yours across. Wow, my soup is ready. I tasted it just to adjust the taste and to make sure that ingredients, everything is well incorporated. And this is it. Don't forget to like, follow, share. Let's grow my page. Thank you so much for watching till this part, till this minute. I do not take you for granted. Until I come your way next time, stay tuned, stay connected. See you in my next video. Bye.